Welcome to Redefining Medicine, an intimate and personalized program that illustrates a different side of the practice of medicine. Our in-depth conversations will focus on the physicians and practitioners who are redefining medicine through their integrative, functional, and holistic approach to health and well-being.
Welcome to our weekly podcast, Redefining Medicine. We are pleased to welcome Dr. Kara Fitzgerald, a naturopathic physician and lead author and editor of case studies in integrative and functional medicine. Welcome, Dr. Fitzgerald.
It's a pleasure to be here with you today, Lindsay.
Thank you. What led you to decide to pursue the study of medicine, and specifically the study of naturopathic medicine?
I think it was a journey that I had been contemplating for quite a long time. I will say, I think the interesting nugget is in my 20s, I became sick with chronic fatigue, and it was the pivotal time that I was putting my energy towards medical school. So around this time, I was working in a health food store. I was sick with chronic fatigue. I saw a naturopathic physician. It was a really extraordinary turn of events that these things had happened. I pursued traditional medicine for support with this fatigue. I wasn't versed in anything at that time. I wasn't versed in integrative, in thinking integratively at that time. And the traditional medical route, urgent care, had nothing to offer me. It wasn't until I ended up at a naturopathic physician's office that I actually got better with some very simple botanical interventions, some CoQ10, like a little bit of mitochondrial support, some very basic lifestyle tweaks. My world changed. It was amazing. It was a miracle. And so that was my first exposure to naturopathic medicine. And then concurrently, I was, as I said, in a health food store and really excited actually about learning about fatty acids. I don't know if folks recall Udo Erasmus's books back then and talking about the eicosanoid cascade, the prostaglandins and leukotrienes and so forth. Anyway, I geeked out. And so not only was I excited about naturopathic medicine and pursuing that, but, sort of thinking about nutritional biochemistry within that all kind of blossomed at that time.
Are there any particularly striking surprises, good, bad, or neutral, that you have encountered since beginning this work?
So once upon a time, when I first started practicing, naturopathic medicine was kind of, was really sort of relegated to the back of the room. In fact, I worked at a pain treatment center and they actually wooed me to come and work at the clinic. And it was a, tertiary care standard pain treatment center, but they wanted to bring natural medicine in, and it was I was sort of set off a little bit from the rest of the physicians there. But so the whole model of integrative medicine is so much more embraced and welcomed. It's not challenged. I think it's more and more it's becoming part of the fabric of how any practitioner thinks about medicine. There's an appreciation of it. I mean, just looking at Cleveland Clinic Center for Functional Medicine and how I'm from Cleveland originally, and that's influenced all of the doctors in that system. There's an openness. I see it with my family members who have physicians at Cleveland Clinic. There's this openness towards integrative medicine. That's been extraordinary. I think that we will and are in a position to change healthcare in this country, really change how things are happening. And because integrative medicine in the US is in a global leadership role, we do a lot of training. A lot of people are interested in learning from us and in what we're doing in integrative medicine in the States, that we have an opportunity to really influence the course of global healthcare. So that's the other piece I want to say about that is there's a collaborative care model that's occurring now that I just deeply embrace. So in my clinic, I'm the clinic director here. We've got 3 medical doctors, including 1 pediatrician, and we've got, in addition to myself, 2 other naturopathic physicians, and we've got a number of nutritionists. We have a nutrition internship program here. We've got a clinic immersion program where we invite providers of all stripes to join us in our rounds. We conduct our rounds in a virtual space, and just to have physicians from around the world and to have people meet with us in this environment to practice this collaborative care model is deeply empowering. It's beneficial for the patient, and it's very satisfying medicine. One of the challenges that I'm seeing now that's perhaps surprising is as much as we're doing in the direction of positive outcome, I think as much as we're able to change the healthcare model, we're also seeing some hard cases. I mean, I think the practice of medicine is becoming more and more challenging as we see, toxins, just a broad swath of environmental pollutants, the increased incidence in mold, perhaps EMF impact, the impact of climate change, the impact of climate change on just the farming community and on what kind of nutrient uptake is happening with plants and so forth. So I think on one hand, we're becoming better at what we do and more collaborative, and it's more accepted. And on the other hand, we are seeing more challenging cases, and that's a little bit scary.
You recently co-published a research paper on the Aging Journal on the potential reversal of epigenetic age using a diet and lifestyle intervention. Will you share with us on this research, how it was conducted, what your findings were, and what your takeaways are?
Yeah. So April of 2021, we published the results of our study looking at a methylation diet and lifestyle program on biological age as measured by the Horvath 2013 DNA methylation clock. Just a little background, we've been using this diet and lifestyle program in our practice for many years. We first published an ebook on it back in 2016. Myself and our nutrition director, Romilly Hodges, became deeply influenced by the research, the epigenetic research, and particularly DNA methylation science coming out. It's still coming out at a great breakneck pace, but in around 2013, 14, 15, a lot of research on DNA methylation in cancer in particular. The influence for us was wanting sort of a whole body upstream approach to favorably augmenting DNA methylation. And so that's what we created with our program. Every part of the program has some evidence around it for favorably influencing DNA methylation and epigenetic expression. But studying it was a different story. At the time, epigenetic tests weren't widely available, and they're still not widely available. Actually, they were only the test that we used in our study was only available in the research setting at the time, and it was a big, broad look at the methylome. Just by miracle, we were granted an unrestricted funding to investigate, and we hired the Helfgott Research Institute, which is at my alma mater, National University of Natural Medicine in Portland, Oregon. So they've got a clinical research center at NUNM, and they ran our study there locally. We were able to conduct a pilot, a randomized control trial, including 40 men, 20 in the control, 20 study subjects, and the study subjects had followed our program, and they had regular contact with nutritionists to guide them through the program. The control group just came into the research center to, at 3 different time points to collect specimen. Outcome, the group that followed our 8-week intervention were biologically 3.24 years younger as compared to the control group. Their triglycerides were lower, their LDL was lower. There was a trend towards improved energy and reduced anxiety. Their circulating folate was higher, their methylfolate was higher. No supplements, no vitamins were given. We did include a probiotic and we did include a greens powder, but nothing else was given. So it was the first study. It continues to be the only study of its kind to show reversal of biological age as measured by DNA methylation in a controlled setting. It's the first of its kind, and also using a diet and lifestyle. So 2 variables are completely unique. 1, it's randomized control, and 2, it was a diet and lifestyle intervention. And actually the time frame, the fact that we were able to see a difference within 8 weeks is another really remarkable finding. So we're pretty excited about it, and we're already recruiting. We're actually in the middle of getting IRB approval for another study, and we'll continue to research it and tweak it. People who are, if you're interested, you can head over to the website, which is just my name, drkarafitzgerald.com, and there are links there to find out more about what we're doing.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Fitzgerald, for sharing your insights and expertise with our audience today. We appreciate you.
Thank you. It's great to be here with you, and I'm just really thrilled that you invited me on to share some details around our study.
And thank you to all of our listeners for joining us. Until next time.